It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So I heard back from the guy who says he paid me with cash because I forgot to delete the P.O. box from my listings on eBay, my template that I use. I'm sure going to remember to do it now. It's more narcissism at work, really. Nothing's a problem until it's a problem for you, and now it's a problem for me, so oh yes, I will be sure to remove my address from my future listings. Oops. You live and you learn, I suppose. Oh man, I won't get into all the details because this is going to become classified information because I'm going to use this transaction on eBay for research at work. I might as well get some good out of this. As far as I'm concerned, this is a good thing because I'm going to be using this example in a lot of presentations for a $4 item. You know, it's like, alright, I sold $4 worth of stuff on eBay to this guy, and now the whole company's going to hear about it. Well, no, that's a bad spin. But when I need examples of post-transaction situations that don't go well. Front and center. This is a pretty good one. But it's not threatening me, really. You know, negative feedback, I mean, I guess that's threatening, but I'm not threatened by it. But, you know, he's going to try to come up with something. I don't know. I'm not allowed to say, don't you know who I work for? I'm allowed to say that I do work for eBay. In fact, I am required to tell him I work for eBay. But it's incumbent on him to believe me. So whatever, you know, I'll keep you updated on that as much as I can. But like I said, a lot of that's going to be confidential because, you know, like his user ID, I can't shame him like I shamed Amazing because I didn't use Amazing in my research with this guy. Yeah. Speaking of which, yesterday was the summer picnic, whatever you want to call it. The entire team and their families got to show up to Central Park in Fremont, which is huge. We were on the southwest side of Lake Elizabeth in Fremont, California, and I was running late because the brownies took too long. Here's your cooking tip for the day. If you want to add things to your brownie mix, such as jam, you need to reduce the water or oil you put in the brownies, because if there's too much water, it won't set. So because I added an extra egg and I added jam, I had to add extra flour to balance it out. So they turned out okay. A little too eggy for me, but they turned out okay. But I'm not sick, so I guess it was fine. Always an endorsement of someone's cooking when you say, well, it didn't make me sick. So I brought my brownies. I actually had to bring my oven mitt with me because the baking container was still too hot when I got out of the car in Fremont half an hour later. Well, it took more than half an hour because 87 northbound, the ramp 280 south, there was an accident and I got on Adama, so there was nowhere for me to go. I was trapped. It took 10 minutes just to get to 280. I should have just taken Bird to 280, but I just felt like taking 87 for some reason, and that bit me in the ass. I probably would have preferred to take 87 and gotten on to 880 through, I don't know, First Street or something, but because I couldn't get over, I could have gotten over, I didn't want to be that guy. So because I didn't get over, I ended up just taking 280 south, 680 north. On the way home, of course, I took 680 south to 280 north because the Oakland Raiders played, and I didn't want to be on 880 with all the Raider fans, even though it turns out they won. So actually, there's nothing better than being on the freeway with a bunch of Raider fans when they've won. But it happens so infrequently that you can't count on it. Typically, you're on the freeway on 880 after a Raider game when they've lost. And you don't want to be around Raider fans on the freeway when they've lost because they are pissed off and they're going to take it out on the other cars on the road because that's what Raider fans do. But the Raiders won. It puts a lot of pressure on the Niners. It's been a long time since the 49ers have had a worse record than the Oakland Raiders. Even though it's only after 2 weeks, 1-1 versus 0-2, I'm not looking forward to that. But I'll watch part of the game. Got to pick up my girlfriend from the airport. I'm going to miss the entire second half of the game. But, you know, sometimes love is stronger than football, and other times you do things not to get in arguments. But that's funny, but it's not really true. If I want to put the game on, she'll let me, I bet. Hell, it's her car. I'm not driving my car up there. So, let's see. At the event, there was all kinds of food and people. 2 other people showed up alone. I wasn't the only one, so out of 13, 3 people were alone. I'm going to show you... Fuck, why do I do this? I always forget this. I'm going to show you something, so hang on. See, if I had a commercial, I could have run the commercial. I could edit that out, but I'm not gonna. So, we all got shirts. Because, see, I really do work for eBay. User experience design. And, of course, my nickname, besides Joel Shit, is Jughead. And we have another content strategist whose nickname is Jiggy. So, I'm Juggy. Jiggy and Juggy. Now, I've only washed this shirt once. And the design is already starting to come off the word design and the word user, but that's not funny. The eBay logo looks pretty good, though. But I don't think I'm going to get to wear this very much based on that. But the back looks pretty good. Why did I pick 34? Because I am 34. I've always tried to pick uniform numbers that match my age. When I played on the Sheep, I wore number 30. That means I've been playing hockey for 4 years. See how that works? It's very easy to keep track of. I played flag football when I was 5. I had to get a shirt that said number 6 because some other kid already had 5. And to this day, I always think that I played flag football when I was 6 because of it. Maybe my shirt said 7. Maybe I really was 6. I don't know. But I remember I was off by 1 number. I said, well, that's the age I'll be next. See, now you know how my brain works. So the event, we had food, and then after food, everyone's like, oh, let's play soccer. I was like, but we have a volleyball. And this one Indian guy I work with is pretty cool. He's like, yeah, I play volleyball all the time. I said, you can play volleyball at eBay? And he goes, yeah, we play every Friday afternoon. I was like, wow, where have I been? So now I'm going to play volleyball every Friday, which means that I'm only going to get to work out twice a week again, lifting weights anyway. I'll still be working out the other days, but I will never catch up. I will never have Carl's guns because I need to work out more than twice a week to have those. But I don't say, hey everybody, it's Joel. So, you know, I just don't measure up to him that way anyway. So we go to play soccer, and so here it's tricky because it's all the families are playing. So there's moms playing and dads playing and little kids playing. And I'm very competitive. I'm also not very good, so it's pretty harmless that I'm competitive most of the time. But, you know, my counterpart, the Jiggy, to go with my Juggy, her 7-year-old is playing, and he's on the other team. You really should put all the kids on one team, because then it makes all the adults self-conscious. But instead, they split everyone up. And so I have the ball, and he challenges me, so I try to kick it past him, and he gets in the way, which is good for him. Bravery in a 7-year-old. I didn't have it. So what happens? Ball hits him off the chest, he falls over, and he starts crying. I injured my counterpart's son. So the two of them left the game for a while. And then later on, the boss's son, yes, it's going there. The boss's son, who actually plays soccer, and he's very good. He's probably 8 or 9, and he's very good, you know. Really, I was so impressed by everyone's kids. Like 95% of the kids that were there were just so well behaved. And when I was that age, are you fucking kidding me? That was not my thing. And it restores my faith in humanity and that there are people out there raising their kids properly. Because, you know, it's outlier reporting. You only hear about the bad things, you know, the crying baby on the plane asked to get off, and, you know, the kid throwing a tantrum in the grocery store and all this. So you never hear about good parenting. And, you know, I'm sure it's out there, and I have friends who have kids, and for the most part they do a good job. But it's the same thing. You can't tell people how to raise their kids. You can't tell people, you take politics, religion, and raising children. Well, I'll talk to people about politics and some people about religion, but I just don't have the balls. I'm not like that 7-year-old I got in front of the soccer. I don't have the balls to talk about raising kids to parents, because how the hell should I know? I don't have any kids. It's like, well, that's why, because I know I wouldn't do a good job. I have enough trouble raising a cat. Are you kidding? What are you looking at? See, watch this. She's like, what are you talking about, Willis? Let's see what you have to say today. Oh my God, we're at 9 minutes. Good thing I checked. Yes, good girl. Where are you going? Yeah, go poop or something. That's what you're good at. So anyway, with less than a minute to go, I better finish this up. A friend of mine works for YouTube, and she's going to try to make my account get switched to something so that I can upload more than 10-minute movies, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So my boss's son is on the other team. We traded him because they lost a couple players because I injured the woman's son. And same situation, same result. I hit the ball off his chest, except he doesn't cry. And my boss gives me a high five. So, see, the boss will always see me as the guy who kicked a soccer ball right into his son's chest. Could be worse. So that's all we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.